So then, we are told that man was given a commandment, and quite rightly too. Some may wonder why God did that, and some may say that God was at error when he gave man a test. But let me give you the proper understanding why it was necessary for man to be given a test. You see, if man was not given a test, he would not be able to prove to himself his worth, his value, his benefit, nor would he have any way of gauging, measuring his success. And so he would have had no value to God or to himself. He could certainly place no value or equate his ability had not God gave him the ability to perform. And so we are told that he violated the law of God, which was to be his rule, guide, and government, which was the commandments that was given to him in the garden. As a result of that, our world has been slung, that is to say, cast or thrown into the circumstances and the situation that now is. And yes, I would agree with you, it's suffering from ruin, inadequacies, insufficiencies, poverty, despair, gloom, hopelessness, despondency, and so on. Those are all facts. But it did not come by itself. It was man's doing. His violation of God's law, which was meant to be his rule and government, was the result of the world now that you and I live in. Ever since the first man relinquished his responsibility, his obligation, which was to guard and defend. The Bible said the Lord God put man in the garden, gave him a duty. That was to keep it. This gives the connotation that he was to guard it. Yes, he was a sentinel, to watch over it, because there was an intruder about. When a person is given the responsibility of a guard, it meant therefore that there are valuables that needs to be protected. Adam was given the responsibility to guard and defend his environment and also his possessions. We are told that he relinquished his responsibility, he abdicated from his position, and yes, that word abdication is to do with monarch, because Adam was king. The Lord God who made him, the Bible said the Lord had made him a little lower than the angel, but crowned him. Now crowning is for kings. Coronations are for monarchs. Adam was the king of the earth, to rule the earth in knowledge and understanding. He was to rule the earth where God had put him as a substitute, to rule in his stead. And as God ruled in the heavens and was king of glory, Adam would rule on the earth and would be king of his universe. And the Bible said God crowned him with glory and with honor, splendor and beauty. And so it was conducive to his lifestyle. But he abdicated from his responsibility, thus causing his world to be broken. He lost influence over his world when he lost his authority, his rule and government of the world that God gave him, when he turned it over to Satan. And as a result of that, he was no longer able to influence his world. The Bible said that he was supposed to speak to the earth, the ground, his environment, and it would obey him and produce according to his will and volition. But the violation of the law, which was a simple test. And remember, the simpler the test is, the more minute the reward is. The greater a test is, it is the more reward or accolade is bestowed based on the grade, percentage, and difficulty of any test or any exam. Adam's test was rather simple, thus the reward would have been simple, to continue living or the prolonging of life. However, the failing of the test was catastrophic, and the consequence was detriment to his life. As a result of that, he was cursed, and the world was cursed, and so men and women and friends, this is now the reason why the world is in the condition that it is. Sicknesses and disease is a direct result of the action. This action is called the syndrome effect. And I will be opening the lines in a few minutes' time so that you could call in and express your thoughts and ask some questions. I will be pleased to take your question and furnish you with some answers also. So in the next few minutes, the lines will be open. As a result of curse that God pronounced upon man, it therefore took him out of his condition of wholesomeness and brought him into a condition of brokenness. He was broken, his world was broken, and now all